They say you shouldn't make friends on a long walk, but I sort of like you three. Let's be musketeers. All for one.
One for all.
Nah, and again, I need to hear it louder. All for one.
And one for all.
The Long Walk is a movie adaptation of the novel of the same name, written by Stephen King under his pseudonym, Richard Bachman. The story follows a group of teenage boys competing in an annual contest where they must maintain a certain walking speed or face death.
I was thinking, like, who would sign up for this, right? And I think that it comes out of a place of necessity in some ways for these boys in the dystopian world that they're living in.
I don't know if they willingly signed up. Obviously, the premise is they did, but when you're socially conditioned to look at this, the Long Walk as something, that they do every year and it's patriotic and everything, is that really a choice? You're conditioned to do that. So I think there's a lot of reasons, but for Baker, it's, to make some friends and also the money, the motivation is, financial freedom.
I keep hoping that part gets easier.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm proud of you, boys. You got sacked. Yeah! Maintain a speed of 3 miles per hour. Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
With a premise like that, it's no surprise the cast spent a lot of time on their feet during filming.
Yeah, we walked about 15 miles a day. A minimum was 8 and maximum I think was 22. Doing that, you kind of forget some of the silly acting things that you do and you just give yourself away, and I was really lucky to have that.
Well, let me tell you, I walked 261 miles on that movie, so I feel like we paid our dues here and we walked quite a while.
My feet, they're still recovering. Yeah. Obviously physically, it was a lot. We're walking in the heat, it's one continuous shot. We film one scene a day. If the sun is off by an inch, it's not going to work because continuity and everything. But it's also like the mental side.
Warning. Okay, just keep walking. That's right. Just keep walking. Yeah, that's it, kid. That's it. Second warning. Third warning.
And of course, you can't talk about The Long Walk without mentioning the man behind the story.
He has such a great way of depicting human interaction. And the life of Chuck and Long Walk couldn't be more different. He's much more versatile. Because when people say Stephen King, they think of horror and the supernatural. And of course, in both Chuck and Long Walk, there are no supernatural elements whatsoever.
Stephen King is a legend, right? We all know The Shining, we all know Carrie, we all know Misery, Stand By Me, The Green Mile. He is a legend. He's a living legend. And to be able to bring an iconic Stephen King character to life in his lifetime is one of the greatest honors of my life.
Stephen King's happy, so that when he's happy, I'm happy.
The Long Walk pulls no punches, and with Stephen King's stamp of approval, it just might haunt you in all the right ways.
Warning! For some, your heart will stop. Warning! For others, your brain. Warning! And the blood will flow suddenly. Warning! Warning! There's one winner. Warning! And no finish line.